We're going to talk some wrestling. We haven't done this in a while.
We are, and I'm kind of excited about it. So, Night of Champions, I have not watched the whole pay-per-view.
Awesome.
But I will say that what I watched was great. So I'm going to let Pat take over very quickly here. But
well, I'm going to talk about the main event and what that's going to lead up to.
I just want to talk, very quickly about the tag match was fantastic. The Usos, Stardust, and Goldust, that was really, really great. I love the fact, and this is mostly from my time watching NXT. Fucking watch NXT.
I should watch it.
You really need to.
I did watch Kenta Arrival. They changed his name. I think it was his decision for some reason.
No, they made it look like his decision. They changed everyone's name so that they can own the gimmick.
That's ridiculous. He's one of the biggest stars in the world, and Kenta is such an awesome name. It's like Madonna. Kenta. We'll change the name to Iwata something. That so generic,
No, he said it was like
it was his idol or whatever.
Anyway,
I don't know. The whole point was I saw him come in. If they play him right. And if they bring Kenta in as not your stereotypical Japanese wrestler with the chopstick song, if they have him just come in as a badass guy who basically Daniel Bryan and CM Punk took the moves from that guy, it'll be awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway.
CM Punk basically took everything from Kenta. Anyways, so the tag match was great. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail. I'm just happy to see that the tag division is exciting again in the WWE. I never liked tag matches in the WWF because they booked them so poorly and they had such shitty tag teams. But between NXT and the lower card tag wrestlers of the WWE, we have really good tag matches again with great flow and good psychology. So I do like that.
Yeah, I'd say the past few years the tag team division has come back.
And then
in a good way.
I did see the whole Seth Rollins come out, and obviously Roman Reigns couldn't wrestle because of emergency surgery, so they had, Dean Ambrose's return. And as a huge fan of Dean Ambrose, Vonnie and I just watched and laughed as, this psycho is just going ape shit and jumping off of everything. And, that was great. So that leads into the main event, which I already know about. So, please talk about.
I figured that Lesnar would keep the title. It wouldn't make any sense for him to destroy Cena and then lose it next month.
But how are they going to do it interestingly? That was my question.
I wouldn't have booked it like this. The more I think about it, the less I like it, just because it makes Lesnar look weak after you made him look so strong.
Well, good. Let him look weak. He's a piece of shit.
Separate real person from storyline.
I think he's a piece of shit in both.
Okay. Well, I disagree. Anyway, so basically, Cena got in over the course of the match, went back and forth. This time out, he didn't just get destroyed. Got in like 4 AAs, attitude adjustments, finisher. The first one only got like a 1 count, supposedly. And then the more and more got on, he hit him more and more. And so after he hit the 4th one, he didn't go for the pin. And then Rollins comes in with the Money in the Bank and smashes Cena, DQ, but then tries to cash it in against Lesnar, which is really, at least that seemed like a pretty cool twist. Right. Because Lesnar was kind of the authority's guy to beat Cena, which was going to be Daniel Bryan before Daniel Bryan got hurt. But right before the bell rang, though, Ambrose comes back and beats the shit out of him. So I think Cena does too, though. Whatever. So the whole point is that Cena was made to look strong to come back. The problem is that on Raw, you have Cena come out and say, "I had the title won." You can't say that because then it makes your champion look weak, especially when Lesnar was not on Raw, Heyman wasn't on Raw either, which is just inexplicable. How the night after the pay-per-view, you don't have the champion.
Well, that's why you don't put the fucking belt on someone like Lesnar, who isn't going to be on Raw.
Well, then you can't blame Lesnar. That's not his fault, but they should have had Heyman there.
Yes, it is. He's dictating that. He's dictating that in his conditions.
Lesnar's not dictating being the champion. That's up to the WWE to put the belt on him or not.
I'm sure he had some say in his comeback as to what he got to do.
No, because he didn't get the champ. He hasn't gotten close to the championship the last 3 years. He's been a part-timer.
So he's choosing to. So he's not the one choosing to not be on TV, basically ever.
No, he is. He has that in his contract, the number of appearances. But WWE could have said, "Screw you, we're not putting the title on you." But there's no one else to put the title on to be interesting right now. There's no one else to build towards WrestleMania. So basically, this is what it comes down to. Though is now the WWE is in trouble. Because they had, with CM Punk gone.
Can I just get this out? Can I just say this right now, please? Have you ever eaten a lot of fiber and taken the perfect shit? It's just perfect.
I don't even know what constitutes perfect shape, but where are you going with this, Ian?
That's what Lesnar looks like, only pale. This is my main reason why I don't like Brock Lesnar. He looks like a turd in the ring, and he's a turd in real life.
You understand he was a champion amateur wrestler, right?
Yes,
so he
I
actually
do
knows
understand
how to wrestle.
that. Yeah, I get it. He's also fucking boring in the ring.
You remember the awesome
He's
matches he put
awful
on
the stick.
with Angle? The incredible matches he put
I'm
on
going
with
to
Angle?
hand that to Angle.
Oh, so it was just Angle then. It wasn't Lesnar at all.
Lesnar doesn't impress me.
Okay. You are in the vast minority when it comes to that opinion.
I'm in the vast minority that Lesnar is unimpressive.
Yes. Oh, yeah. You definitely are. But here's the problem. Before you got me sidetracked with talk about fiber shit. What are you, AVGN? So basically now, Bryan's gone. The good news is that Bryan, supposedly Daniel Bryan, does not, our good neighbor in Pacific Beach, does not have to get a second surgery, which is very good because that would probably push his back 3 more months. So I think how it looks now is he might be back for Survivor Series. If not Survivor Series, he'll be back for the Rumble. So Roman Reigns had emergency surgery on Saturday, the day before. Hernia surgery. Bad. It sounded like, I mean, my dad had hernia surgery where it was like, yeah, I'll make an appointment for 2 weeks now. No, he had to be rushed to the hospital. So something like got ruptured. If you know what a hernia is, it's basically your freaking intestines
poking out
through like your freaking abdomen. That's not good. Yeah. I've pulled my groin before and thought it was a hernia because it's like that painful. But no, it's worse. I think it's worse. So he's out for several months.
Yeah.
He's out. This is a hernia where like this isn't like a simple sports hernia where guys when they're lifting they get it and they're back within like a couple months. This sounds like something where he can't even be like doing anything for months. So it's bad for him because he was getting big pops to the crowd, and I personally don't think he was ready to be a main eventer. People were saying, "Oh, he'll face Lesnar at WrestleMania," so now they're in a pickle because now your options are you have to push someone up to that main event between now and WrestleMania to go for the title. And who is that? Is that Ambrose? I say sure, give him a chance, see what happens if you want to do that. If you want to turn Bray Wyatt face, give him a chance. I don't see that happening personally. Daniel Bryan comes back, and you do what you should have did last year, have him win the Rumble and reclaim his belt that was stripped from him. So he has a right to try to get it back.
Right.
Basically, like in the UFC, if a guy gets injured and they give it to an interim champ, when that guy comes back from injury, he goes for it. Daniel Bryan, at least in the storyline, that makes sense that he has a chance, and the Authority can say, "Well, you're a B+ player." You have to earn it, so they put him in the Rumble, which would be great. And having him versus Lesnar would be great. WrestleMania, I said that before, would be an awesome match. Or you get The Rock back and have 2 part-timers, which you would love, go for the championship. I don't see possible happening. I hate that. I don't see that happening.
I like The Rock, but I don't like part-timers. And
especially if The Rock got injured after his last match with Cena last year, I don't see that happening.
I mean, the fact of the matter is they need someone now.
They don't have anyone.
I think Ambrose... Well, yeah, I don't know who they push up against Lesnar. I think...
They're going to have to feed Lesnar guys for the next 5-6 months. Basically. That's basically what it comes out to. But they don't have a choice.
And the problem... but I'm not all... I can't be all boo-hoo for them because they have plenty of good wrestlers that they could have built up that they've been shitting on.
Well, like Ziggler, you mean?
Cesaro, and I do like Ziggler.
Cesaro was the probably biggest misfire I've seen the past. Well, before Daniel Bryan, before they corrected that, huge misfire with Cesaro.
Huge the misfire. I will admit right now, and it's not a popular thing. I kind of like Sheamus. I do, but that
he's had his time though.
He's had his time. Yeah. That match, the Cesaro Sheamus match, was one. It was. I was getting so angry and like. I kind of had to explain it to Vani because she understands the wrestling perfectly, but you do not let Cesaro have multiple offensive rushes like he did and have someone like Sheamus kick out every time because you have effectively buried that wrestler. They made him look weak as fuck.
He still looks strong most of the Raws. He manhandles people.
Yeah, but
the problem with Cesaro is that, again, and this goes back to, I would hate to be a professional wrestler, not just because the injury in your body. It sounds like you can be successful, get yourself over, and you still get buried. That's what I wouldn't be able to put up with. Because a guy like Cesaro, just from the fact that he has insane superhuman strength, he's the strongest guy, pound for pound. He got himself over because he's a good worker, always was on a good match. Then they finally give him a chance with that Battle Royal at WrestleMania. Freaking lifts the Big Show halfway across the ring. Not just throw him over, lifts him and walks with them. That's pure strength. It's ridiculous. And so he puts on good matches. Yeah, oh no, he's not the best in the mic. I don't care. He's decent at being that foreign sort of villain. But he was getting over as a face. They stick him with Heyman. Okay, fine. You want to make him heel again? That's fine. So what do they do with that? After a few months, they reverse that. And with no explanation, he's asked out. So they could have built that towards a whole even Cesaro versus Lesnar thing. You know, maybe them fighting over each other because they're both Paul Heyman guys. That's gone.
That's what I was really hoping for.
And now that's gone because I
really thought where it was going to go initially because after WrestleMania, Lesnar definite heel. Yeah. Cesaro was already, full head face steam. He was going. And it's not even his strength. He is amazingly strong. But, you watch the match from Night of Champions, he's pulling off moves he's never done before. Yeah. His move vocabulary, his ability to get around the ring, he's an insanely good wrestler, and he's losing to Sheamus. And like I said, I like Sheamus, but, he's 4 years ago.
This sounds like, it sounds like a political thing. This is what it sounds like with this. This sounds like a Ryback thing where Ryback was on top of the world and they cut him out from under him and said, Ryback's been nowhere for the past year and a half, 2 years. Whether or not you like the people, if they get over, you use the wrestlers that get over that make you money. Bottom line, that's how I run a wrestling business. I don't care who gets over. If you get over and people want to see you, you're going to be featured.
Yeah, and maybe that's why we're not running promotions. But that's how I've always felt. It should be obvious. The people who get the most heel heat and the people who get the most face pop, are the people who go over. And no, you don't always give the obvious outcome, but those are the people you push to the top. And those are your headliners. Those are who you make matches out with.
Those are the ones that make money.
Right.
The money makers are the one that gets pushed. That's the problem though nowadays. Is Wrestling Entertainment isn't a wrestling company anymore. No. It's this huge conglomerate that does movies. It does a bunch of TV and the app. So the wrestling and pushing the wrestlers, that's that doesn't even matter to that extent anymore. This isn't the 80s where that's how you make money solely, is who's paying to see these events. That doesn't even matter. You know what I mean? That doesn't the wrestling draws aren't what matter anymore. It's the media side of it. It's the entertainment side of it. It's who can we put in a movie that will put direct to DVD, and as a tax write-off or whatever, which is a shame. So I don't know what they're going to do. I'm still sticking with my prediction that Bryan's going to come back and he'll headline against Lesnar next WrestleMania. I think that's the only thing right now that makes absolute sense to do.
And I'm just going to leave this on the last top on this note, which I've said to you before. Every time I watch a WWE pay-per-view, I see a couple good matches, but I'm more and more disappointed. I am never disappointed when I watch NXT. Just fucking watch it. It's an hour a week.
Okay.
It's an hour a week. You watch Raw, and you sit there and you go, well, this is garbage.
No.
Yet you don't watch the good wrestling.
Raw the past, I'd say 2 years, there's always at least 1 or 2 really good matches on Raw.
There's always at least 2 to 4.
It went from a point where in the Attitude Era you'd have 2-minute matches. Now you might get a 20-25 minute match on Raw. It does.
That is good.
The Raw, at least the storylines might be crap. They might be pushing the right wrestlers, but you'll see you might see Cesaro lose, but at least you'll see a good Cesaro match.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
But why are you guys talking about wrestling? It's fake.
Fake.
You fucking
People
idiots.
don't fucking understand shit.